If you'd ask me what makes a great watch, I could give you hundreds of answers. If I have to sum them up into one answer, if it makes you smile every time you look at it.
I think what makes a great watch is proportion. A properly proportioned watch will allow the designer's intent to communicate back to you. Whatever it is that you like about the watch is going to be way more successful if it's properly proportioned. If a watch is way too big for your wrist or it doesn't sit that well, it just doesn't communicate any of its values.
I think what makes a great watch is the watch you'll wear. It's something that you love, something that you feel passionate about, and you feel good about having it on, and make sure it tells accurate time.
What makes a great watch? I'll tell you what doesn't make a great watch. A watch where a whole bunch of guys sit around a room, a committee gets together and they're like, we need a watch at this price point, so let's make one happen. I can pretty much guarantee you it's going to be horrible. What makes a great watch is an expression by one individual with a brilliant idea, whether it be Gerald Genta or Philippe Dufour or whoever, and they get to see that idea all the way through. They get to execute it precisely as they saw it in their mind's eye. That's what makes a great watch.
What makes a great watch? A few things. One, the story behind it. I think memories associated with watches are what make them meaningful and important to people, and I think that is what creates this incredible bond that people have formed with these objects, as well as the usual suspects like design and movement, but I think the memories and the people associated with watches are what make them great.
A great watch is different from everybody. Why? Because a great watch is judged by the eyes. What is great for me might not be great for you. So I am very open. I would not give a definition what is a great watch. A great watch is what you think with your eyes, with your heart, with your passion, and with your budget.
It's a mix. It's a mix of talent, skill, engineering, but what's really important for me is humanity. When I wear my Kari or I wear my Urwerk or my Sarpaneva, I think of them. I think of everything they've gone through in their lives, to the ordeals, the challenges to try and have a small watch brand, and God knows it's so hard to do that. And when I look at that piece, not only do I see incredible talent and innovation and beautiful finish, I see them. I get a piece of their soul. In watchmaking, that's what's important for me.
What makes a great watch? A great watch is something that makes you happy, frankly. You know, it's something that gives you some reward, whether it be emotional, financial, social, etc. What made great watches for me were the watches that allowed me to kind of learn things, not necessarily about myself, but about popular culture, different people. I remember researching Gandhi's watch early on, and I knew who Gandhi was, obviously, but I didn't know all that much about him until his watch sold, and then I kind of went down a rabbit hole on Gandhi for, for about 3 months. So I think a watch that makes you happy in one way or another, or teaches you something.
I think what makes a great watch is not having one thing extra beyond its purpose. If a watch is just supposed to tell time like a great dress watch, there are 2 hands and a few marks. A chronograph shouldn't be fussy. Nothing should get in the way of the usability of it, because a watch ultimately is both an expression of self but also a tool. And nothing should happen within the construction of that watch that gets in the way of those things. So one must be able to express oneself, and one must get the job done.
What makes a great watch for me is very important, the dial, the design of the dial, the finish of the dial, especially the black dials, the 2-tones dial. The design and the dial for me are the heart of the watch.
Honestly, for me, what makes a watch a good watch is if it's a watch and not an illustration of a watch. As an example, a pilot's watch that looks like it's illustrating, what a cockpit instrument was supposed to look like in the 1930s, and it pushes it too hard. That's actually less convincing than a pilot's watch that actually respects its own instrumentality. An overdone watch is terrible, an underdone watch is merely boring, and hitting the sweet spot is tough.
So what makes a great watch? It's always execution of design, execution of finishing, manufacturing, but most importantly, the execution of the intent. Why are you making it, right? When a watch can elevate by introducing something new, and introducing a new sort of spirit to the idea of watchmaking. That's what makes a great watch.
To me, a great watch is all about the connection you have with the watch. A great watch can be a $5 plastic digital watch you get at a drugstore. It can be a Patek Grand Complication. It's about the feeling you get when you put the watch on and when you look at it, and what it tells you about how you think of yourself and how you want to portray yourself to other people. For me, right now in my life, this watch kind of tells me who I hope I am on a daily basis, and it's a nice little reminder of who I should try to be every day when I kind of get up and go out in the world.